Hi there, Frank asked me how I did my wing ribs without making a jig for every rib, so I just thought I'd use a gash piece of ply just to describe how I did it. I tried to do it in an email, but it didn't seem to make any sense, so it seemed easier to show you. I cut all the profiles for every rib out of the 1mm ply, so this is the finished ply. Marked carefully. I marked where the span-wise strip goes to support the ply skin between the ribs. Prepped everything, marked which side I was going to glue, so you make handed ribs in every case. It's really frustrating when you make two identical ones when you want opposite ones. I've put a piece of angle iron onto the bench. You can obviously use an ordinary piece of plywood or something. I'd normally put some parcel tape down so I didn't glue everything to the bench. And then I made a start. I tend to use Aerolite because it's way cleaner and more flexible to use, and doesn't make a horrible mess like Aerodux does. So again, it's just a rough piece of spruce just to demonstrate how I go about this. So acid that side, paste on this side, and then I just offer it up. I make a start in a sensible place, just eyeballing it at this point, just getting it edged up, just so you can just make a start. Two in, and then you can start. You can keep it off the cap strip just by lifting it with your fingers. Give it a push. And again, and you can just work it round like that. There, I'm sure you get the picture. You can then clean off your glue on the inside. You can, when you've done both sides, you can put the pieces that go against the spar in there, gusset it all up. It's not stapled very effectively there, but you can work on that. It depends on your staple pressure and the density of the spruce underneath. So if you get any inaccuracies where perhaps you've gone slightly proud of the edge, you can sand it down on a disc sander, or you can use a block plane, or if it's not very much, you can just leave it, because by the time you've offered it up onto the spar, you're going to get inaccuracies anyway, and you're going to use a long sanding block. Permagrit do a beautiful 1 meter one, like that one, which is perfect for sanding across, trying to get everything straight. I work well. You can then cut out the slots here, having put the verticals in the other side. Just work it down. They work. It's a really easy system, no sweat at all. I do something very similar for the nose ribs. I've made a rough pattern here. I say it's no particular profile. You can just glue a block on here. You can then I'm trying to find a pencil or something. You can just use the bandsaw just to trim that off in straight lines. Just leave it like that just for now, and finish it off again in the belt sander. Just tidy it up to your line, to your profile. Easily done. For the cap strip, which is a tighter bend, this is half of what I used. I can't find the other half. Basically, it's a piece of 2x4 cut in half to an average profile. Steam the cap strip in a kettle. Just stuff them in the top. You can do 4 at a time. Put them in there. 2 G-clamps. Leave it for a couple of days, dries out, and you've got most of the profile already started, so you can do exactly the same principle when you come to this. Finish it off in exactly the same way. Works really well. It finishes up as a butt joint on here, but that's not really an issue because you're gusseting on the other side as well, so it's going to be as strong as it ever needs to be. That's about it. On the cap strip for the let me just see if I can tweak that off there. Depending on the bend you've got on the bottom, which is a much flatter profile, it's really not an issue. But on the top, especially on the shorter ones, it starts to get a little bit tighter. You can just pre-work the cap strip a little bit just to give it an initial tweak. So you're putting a bit of bend in. It just saves some work. you know, it makes it easier to take round the line. It'll take a bit of a bend if you're very careful with it and bend over a wide section. You know, you're not going to have any issue with it. Good. Hope that answers the question. Best of luck. Let me know how you get on. Bye bye.